I won't grow up. I don't want to go to school, said Peter Pan. In chess, we say, checkmate when we win. And in life, we're dealing with all the stress and anxiety, and we need that checkmate. And that checkmate to create joy and happiness is play.
In times of challenge and stress, it's more important than ever to not only take time for rest, but also to take time for play. Play is important not just for kids, no, for adults too. We're going to share in this episode why play is so important and 5 compelling reasons why you want to put play back into your life. So let's get started. There's 3 key points that we're going to cover today. Number 1, why does play matter? Why is it important? And number 2, why is it so hard for us as business leaders, as entrepreneurs to play? Some of us, most of us, 5 compelling reasons why you want to put play back into your life.
So why does play matter?
Why does play matter? It's a good question. I started researching this, and there are a lot of people that have done scientific studies on this. There's just a lot of research about it. And one I wanted to talk about was psychiatrist and author Stuart Brown. He has spent decades researching the importance of play. And he's looked at prisoners, business people, artists to Nobel Prize winners, and he has over 6,000 play histories or case studies of children and adults and why it's so important. He has a book actually called Play and the Importance of Play. And Dr. Brown compares play to oxygen, that you don't really notice that it's missing until you're missing it. So that's how important play is in our life. And according to his research, when adults aren't getting play, it's taking away joy. It's taking away the ability to persevere. It's taking away our happiness. Life becomes labor. And this is certainly what life feels like to a lot of us right now, in times of challenge especially, and for business leaders. So let's talk about why business leaders, why do we find it so hard as adults? Why do we stop playing?
I don't know. We talk about it and we think about, well, we have to grow up, or we have to go to work. We have to go to school. All the structure that's put around us, all of a sudden building a fort's not allowed. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's important as business leaders. Dr. Bowen White, the founder of the Department of Preventative Stress and Medicine and the founding board of the National Institute of Play, I think I need to be on that board, conducts ongoing research in play all the time. And according to Dr. Bowen, the only kind of play we honor is competitive play.
Well, you can relate to that. And as adults,
right.
I mean, that's competitive play is acceptable. Watching sports, being a part of sports.
Games. Every game we play is play. We're not building a fort that's just a fort to play, or playing dolls or G.I. Joes or something. We're playing a game, or there's always a winner or a loser to it, I think. So
and why does it have to be that way? And that's the research shows that actually the act of play is more important than the outcome. And we need to look at that differently for sure.
Right.
Also, according to Dr. Gary Chick, he is a professor at Penn State University, and he says that playfulness has been replaced by aggressiveness in our adulthood, in our work world, and there just isn't enough time, that things need to be the feeling that we need to cram more and more in less time. And certainly we can relate to that as business leaders. I think as we become adults, we're adulting, we have all of this extra responsibility. If you're a business leader or business owner, you have that mantle that you're carrying of the responsibility of your business. In challenging times, you're trying to lead your business forward. You're likely supporting your family as well, involved in the community, and this is heavy. And you feel like there's just so much to do and there's not enough time for it. It's the success lie. We feel like we have to do more and more and more, and we don't have that time for ourselves. And why would we take time to rest, to rejuvenate, and there just isn't time for play? So I think that's a problem that we're having for sure.
And some of us take time to do the exercise. We eat well, we do these things, and we just leave out play because it's an extra 30 minutes, an extra hour, whatever that might be.
Sure.
So it's important that we do that. So as kids, we played. And what was one of your favorite activities?
Oh man, as a child, I played all of the time, and I think you can relate to that as well. And so let's go into the 5 reasons why play is so important. And the first one is it enhances your creativity. And so you go back to activities as a child. Think about all of the things that you did as a kid, the play, the imagination. And as you asked, one of my favorite activities, my grandpa built us a playhouse. That was the name, our playhouse. And we would play make-believe in there, that we were adults and we had our own little family, and we would take our dolls and we would feed them and we'd put them to bed. And we even had kittens that we would, the poor things, dress up in our doll clothes and try to put them down in the cradle for a nap and things like that. Go to the garden. I grew up on a dairy farm, so I had a great ability to do this in a large area. We actually had a garden that we'd go and pick food out of, and we'd pretend to make our meals. And we just had all kinds of fun on the farm with all types of activities like that.
Well, your playhouse was our fort.
Oh, there you go. So what did you do?
Yeah. We had guns, knives, we fought. We had bad guys, good guys, we were just out there. And oftentimes it was in the woods at the park.
Yeah.
We would climb a tree and find a beehive, something like that, and throw rocks at it, whatever it might be. But
right.
A playhouse or a fort, but it's important. We just made up things. We didn't have families. We didn't have kids. We didn't have jobs, any of that like you did, but we solved the world's problems with violence instead.
Oh, well, and I remember when my kids were little too, and I remember looking at them, and you maybe asked this question of yourself is what are my kids going to look like when they grow up? You look at their little faces. What are they going to be like when they grow up? And you'd imagine that. Well, I have the answer to that. They look exactly the same, just in bigger bodies. We look the same. We're pretty much the same people as we were when we were 6, 7 years old, with the same personalities. Yes, you do. The same personalities. And so if you think about that, look at all of those things that inspired you as a kid, those things that you enjoyed doing, those fun activities of play and creativity. And research shows that as adults, when we play, when we get engrossed in these fun activities, that it helps enhance our creativity. So at work, if we take time to do work activities that are fun, that are playful, it will help boost creativity, which can be helpful at work as well. So
right.
Great job making it this far and being committed to your personal and professional growth. Now, we want to make sure that you're able to take the lessons from this episode and apply them to your leadership and life. So we've created absolutely free a downloadable worksheet that you can download right now, and it's going to show you the top lessons of today's episode, and more importantly, help you create an action plan so you can take these principles and put them in process in your life right away. So go ahead and get this resource, and let's get back to it.
So play enhances your creativity. What else does play do for us?
It also reduces our stress.
Oh, this is a big one.
Imagine that. Having fun reduces stress.
That's so important. Play is the medicine for stress.
Yeah, that's your favorite quote. Besides, I sleep, sleep's more important than food, is play is medicine for stress.
There you go.
So from Janelle Bruland, play is the medicine for stress. No, but seriously, it releases those hormones, those endorphins. The natural high that you get from running, is one thing. But with playing, it also, you're able to release oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. And so those are important because it calms us. The oxytocin calms us down a little bit, makes us feel peaceful. The dopamine, it allows us, to bring the sense of accomplishment. And then serotonin, it kind of moves everything around our bodies, and it helps if you get exercise and play. You can really put all of them together, and it's just naturally a great way to improve, and it's a natural high.
Yes, hobbies and fun, they're just a natural stress reliever. I know that when we're worrying about something at work or we have a high pressure day, there's nothing that takes that pressure off than when you go and do something fun. When you play an activity together and you get yourself engrossed in it, it really makes a difference.
Right.
A third thing that play does for you is it helps you to be present. So think again of as a child at creative play. I mean, you even see a child like when they have a focus on, say, watching a bug, like a ladybug, and they can stay focused and intent on that. You can get so absorbed in the tasks that you're doing that it just becomes something really pleasurable, and it helps you to really be present in the moment, not be thinking about the past, not be thinking about the future, but really being present where you are. And when you get so engrossed in activity, you've probably heard of the word flow, where you're almost in this meditative state because you're so absorbed in the activity that you're not thinking about anything else. And so that's something that play can do for us. So what are those activities that really are fun for you, that you can get so absorbed in that you forget about those work stresses for a little bit, or the family stress? It makes such a difference.
Yeah. And being present is so important, especially we're all attached to these electronic things, and we need to put those aside while we're playing too.
Right.
Don't forget about that.
Right. Yes.
So
exactly.
Number 4 is play makes you happy. Well, of course it does, right? Isn't that kind of intuitive? Don't you just go, oh yeah, duh, that makes us happy because we're doing something fun. It's joyful. So when you're kids, you're playing, you're always happy when you're playing with your friends, you're hanging out, and it builds that camaraderie with your friends. And then you're able to just kind of build the teamwork and go forward. So what else? Why else does it make you happy? Because I already talked about endorphins. So
You did. Well, endorphins are released, are natural stress relievers, but all of those hormones that you talked about, endorphins and oxytocin, dopamine and serotonin, those are those happiness boosting chemicals that happen in our body when we're doing something like physical activity, like play. It brings about those happiness genes, and it actually is shown to improve our mood. It elevates our mood. It makes us feel more positive. It helps us have those happy thoughts,
Right.
which is great. Puts those worry thoughts away. So the stress and lowering stress, increasing happiness really happens together. Makes sense.
a story in the book about Dr. Brown. He did research, and there was a CEO he interviewed, and the CEO, they were going through a challenging time, losing money, and everybody in the company was stressed out. So what did the CEO do? He was brilliant, I think. He put Nerf guns underneath everybody's chair and required everybody to go and have a Nerf war with little pellets and start shooting each other around the office. And that just brought out joy. And then prior to that, he actually said, hey, this responsibility is on me. We're losing money because of me. Let's go have fun. And despite the fact we're losing money, we can have fun and we can move forward. It's just a temporary hurdle that we're going to get through. We're going to fight through it. And building that connection, having the joy, the fun to build, kind of crush that anxiety and stress is brilliant. I love that idea.
Yeah, well, it makes such a difference because at work, if we are just loaded up with stress, as we talked about, it takes away that creativity from us as well. So introducing that play reduces the stress. It increases our productivity and our creativity again. So we can be thinking and letting that stress go and realizing that, there's going to be negative things that happen sometimes in life, in the workplace, but we can't let that just take over. We need to do some things, and it releases that anxiety that we might be feeling. Another workforce that uses this, firefighters and police officers who are in dangerous situations. They have oftentimes life-threatening situations that they're in, and they use a lot of the active play. They use humor just to be able to get through some of the difficult situations. So it can certainly be used in the workplace to make a big difference.
I remember a client, they had Play-Doh, darts, a pool table. They had an entire room that was play, really. It was
That's good.
There was a big screen TV, I think, so they could watch the Seattle Sounders soccer games because they were all into soccer. Yeah, they had an entire place, and you could play pretty much anything you wanted in there. And if not, they had a budget for more toys. So,
Well, and it creates bonding opportunities too. I
Right.
remember one of our managers decided on a summer afternoon to take some time out of the office, and they went and did bumper cars on the water and just played that together and just had a ball. And it improved connection with people and bonding with people. Plus, it was play, which has all those other benefits that we talked about. So the fifth benefit, the reason why you should put play back into your life, and this is a great one, is that it makes you healthier. It makes you healthier. And right now, with everything that's going on, knowing that can make you healthier, that can help build your immunity, is fabulous news. So research shows that stress is one of the biggest causes of poor immune system function and disease. So if we can reduce stress by having play, then play builds our immunity. It's good for our health. And so as play reduces stress, it's that natural immunity booster, right? So let's do that along with getting our vitamin D and flu shot and other things that we're doing to keep ourselves healthy. Play is going to keep us healthier. So
It's going to also help our brain function.
Tell us about that.
It reduces our stress and it stimulates the cerebral cortex. And so with the play, we're able to be creative. We improve our immunity, just our whole body function. And as we're all learning more and more, our body and brain and everything, we're all really connected. Which, surprise.
Yes.
I mean, this is not really a big surprise, is it? That it's taken this long to figure that out. But, the fact that we're able to improve our brain function and that creativity, the studies suggest that doing puzzles long into life, there's even apps out there now for games that are multiple year-long games that you cannot win unless you put in 3 years of 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And so you can reduce the chances of Alzheimer's, for instance.
Improving your memory, your learning ability. So great for work, great for home, great things to do with your kids. So a challenge for you guys. So think about, I think you have enough reasons now to put play back into your life. So go back to what we talked to at the beginning, which was imagine yourself as a child, that 6 or 7 year old child. And what were the things that you did for fun and play? Those things that inspired you, that got you feeling creative and happy and motivated. What are some things that you can put into your life right now? So think about it, write it down. What are some ideas that you have to incorporate play in your life? And we have a few to be able to give you as some suggestions, but then we want to hear from you too. So share some with us.
Well, as a kid, riding a bike. I mean, I just loved to ride my bike, run around. I had fairly free reign, but back then that was normal as well. The other thing I'd love to do was go to the fire station and hang out with the firefighters. That was fun, and I got to play there with them, with the real gear, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
But just in general, the games, play Yahtzee, of course, that's a great game. And then Monopoly, tic-tac-toe, something, just anything, Pictionary, whatever that is, to keep you stimulated, having fun, building a fort. Maybe go camping. A friend of ours goes camping in his living room on a weekly basis, it seems like. There are a lot of things you could do. Just go play dolls. Something with just get on the floor and get tactile with whatever it is you're doing, and put away everything else. Put away the worries, put away the anxiety, and put away the phones and the tablets, and just enjoy yourselves and be in the moment.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of board games with the kids and the grandkids lately, and that's been a lot of fun. And no matter what the age of the kids, you can do those things, and that's fun. Something that I did as a child that I do now as an adult is music. I love music. When I hear music, it's really moving to me. It makes me happy. So I learned how to play instruments when I was a child. I took piano lessons for a number of years, and I enjoy playing piano. Now we have a piano in my home, and that's something that I enjoy. That's a fun activity. I'm learning something, and it also just brings me pleasure. So that's an activity that you can do. Just spending time outdoors, throwing a ball with your kids.
Right.
Those are sports activities.
Something as a kid I was thinking of that we used to do. We would just go find scraps of wood, either in the house, the neighbor's house, or whatever, and hammer and nail and glue and just build something. Yes. And it didn't necessarily look like anything. In our minds, it was a house, a car, or something. But
that's great.
We would build those things, and that was a lot of fun too. So maybe crafts, arts and crafts.
Yeah, that was great.
So.
And we're all a little bit different, and the things that give us joy and pleasure doesn't have to be the same. Right. And so think about what those things are for you and incorporate it back into your lives. Let's review what we've covered today. We've talked about 5 compelling reasons why you want to put play back in your life. Graham, what's the first one?
Play enhances your creativity.
It does. Number 2, play reduces your stress.
Helps you be more present.
Play makes you happier. And number 5?
Makes you healthier.
Absolutely.
Healthier and happier. What could be better?
5 compelling reasons to add play back into your life. Thank you for taking the time to listen today, to learn about the importance of play and how as adults it can really make positive changes in our life. If you like what you've listened to today, download the free Leaders Handout, and this will be able to something you can do as a review for yourself. It's a great exercise to do with your team or your family members. And if you like what you've heard, please review us, subscribe to the podcast, and share it with others so that more people can hear this great information and learn how to put play back into their lives. And if you'd like to reach out to us, please do. We'd love to connect with you. And remember, when you grow as a leader, your team will grow and your company will grow. You can transform your leadership, crush your goals, and love your life. Let's review what we've covered today. We've talked about 5 compelling reasons why you want to put play back in your life. Graham, what's the first one?
Play enhances your creativity.
It does. Number 2, play reduces your stress.
Helps you be more present.
Play makes you happier. And number 5,
Makes you healthier.
absolutely.
Healthier and happier. What could be better?
5 compelling reasons to add play back into your life. Thank you for taking the time to listen today, to learn about the importance of play and how as adults it can really make positive changes in our life. If you like what you've listened to today, download the free Leaders Handout, and this will be able to something you can do as a review for yourself. It's a great exercise to do with your team or your family members. And if you like what you've heard, please review us, subscribe to the podcast, and share it with others so that more people can hear this great information and learn how to put play back into their lives. And if you'd like to reach out to us, please do. We'd love to connect with you. And remember, when you grow as a leader, your team will grow and your company will grow. You can transform your leadership, crush your goals, and love your life.
Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop to really help you grow in your leadership and level up your life and your mindset.
Watch one of these other videos, share with a friend, and don't forget, download the PDF from today's topics so that you can make sure to hold yourself accountable and take that action plan and use it.
Have a great day.